bitter custody battle over a 10-year-old golf prodigy. In a new ruling, the judge has sidelined this female phenom for the next year. That means no tournaments and a severely scaled-back practice schedule. The girl's father, who's also her coach, is calling this a major setback for this rising young star. And ABC's TJ Holmes is here with more. TJ, good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning to you, Dan. And like you just said, the girl is only 10 years old. But get this, for the past 7 years of her life, her parents have been fighting over her in court. This latest court order mentions things like schedule, visitation you'd expect to see. But the part that's getting a lot of attention is the part that says she has to stop playing competitive golf.
This little golfer can't compete for now. The 10-year-old was ordered by a judge to stay away from golf tournaments for the next year. That decision is part of an ongoing custody battle between her parents that has now lasted 7 years. And it comes at a time when her dad, Mike Vetri, says her career and talent are flourishing.
She just happens to have, she's won, I think, 23 out of 33 tournaments in the last 2 years.
Vetri, who caddies for his daughter and coaches her, says he bought his daughter plastic clubs when she was just 3, and that she's now developed into a promising young prospect. George Danielson is a PGA member who's seen the girl's talent.
As far as her skill level, she's in the top 10% in the nation. She's ready to obtain a scholarship to college, and here she is, only 10 years old.
But the judge's custody order says, among other things, like who she spends holidays with, that the child shall not be permitted to play competitive golf for 1 year, and she's not allowed to take lessons with any golf pro. Her mother, who did not comment for our story, has sole legal and physical custody of the child. The latest judge's order doesn't lay out why exactly the child can't compete for the next year, but Vetri believes the judge thought she was playing too much golf.
I think the judge thought that she's playing 5 or 6 hours a day golf with me, and that's completely false.
Vetri is appealing the decision, hoping his daughter won't have to take a year off from competitive golf and slow a career he says is off to a stellar start.
Now, according to the judge's order, she can still play some golf, not competitive. She is allowed to play at least 1 round a week or 5 hours, whichever is greater. But, Dan, in a situation like this, a nasty custody dispute, so much emphasis is on the golf right now, what some would argue there are much bigger things in sports at play. Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. This little girl caught in the middle. TJ, thank you. Let's bring in ABC's senior legal correspondent, Sunny Hostin. Sunny, good morning.
Good morning.
Some people are critical of the judge here, but you say you suspect there's more going on. What do you mean by that?
There must be more, because the legal standard is what is in the best interest of the child. And so this decision came after a full hearing and a trial. So my sense is there's more to this story. We haven't heard from the mother, even though we've reached out for comment. And I suspect that the judge was trying to do what is in the best interest of the child, which is really what the standard is. So we don't really know why the judge was so restrictive in this ruling. No competitive golf for a year. The mother now has sole legal custody. She didn't have that before. And the father also has to take anger management classes. That tells me there is something going on here.
Yeah, a lot of smoke, perhaps. But the father does say that his daughter loves to golf. Will the daughter be consulted by the judge, or would that likely have happened?
Well, that's the other interesting thing. She's 10 years old, but typically kids have attorneys representing them in these cases. They're called guardian ad litems. And so the judge must have consulted with this child, and perhaps the child doesn't want to play golf 5 and 6 hours a day. Maybe she doesn't want to compete in these tournaments. So I suspect, again, there's something more at play here that we just don't know about. And the bottom line is, don't we want kids to just be kids? I mean, she is 10 years old. Even if she's this phenom, even if she's this prodigy, we want our children to have childhoods.
Couldn't agree more. Sunny, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.